Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a new day, a bright Sunday, a day that the Lord has made that we should all be glad and rejoice in it. Today is another Sunday, a new episode of Health Issues. One may ask why this program? Is just to create awareness and promote health so that the days that the Lord has given to you as an individual, if you are able to maintain a healthy life, you will live longer, even than the time that is given to you. So, why don't you invite your friends and family to join us this afternoon as we discuss a nice topic, a topic that you don't even expect to hear, a genuine topic, a topic, an outstanding topic called My Health Amidst Festivities. In terms of occasions like this, around Christmas, Easter, or even if you're having any celebrations, how do you celebrate your life? How do you think about yourself? Do you put your health first? Or you just take anything that comes around because it's time for enjoyment. So why don't you enjoy yourself whilst it lasts? Should that be the case? Have you thought of the implications that all the things that you are consuming at that particular moment, the impact that it has on your life? Today, with me this afternoon is my own brother, Mr. George Ackon. Brother Ackon, you're welcome once again to Richmond Media.
Thank you.
How are you
I do.
today?
By God's grace, I'm doing well. And
We-
how are you also doing?
I'm doing great by the same grace, which is sufficient for us all.
We thank God.
Amen. Today, to our viewers, please, we want you to share, to be part of this program, to share a comment that we can also um, appreciate you and acknowledge you at the same time so that others will know that indeed you are part of Richmond Media. Coming right to your doorsteps, to each and every door, we are here. Mr. Akon, when we think about festivities, what comes in mind and how can festivities be affected concerning our health? Thank you.
Welcome. Um, Within the week before this Sunday, 12 December, it was my birthday, and so many people called, prayed, messages, and others. I want to use this opportunity to also appreciate everyone for the love, the prayers, the advice, everything. By God's grace, I'm taking everything, and I hope to follow by their advice according to the will of God. Thank you, and thank you to everyone. Okay, to the question being asked, yes, we have festivities that we mostly embark on. At times, it can be a birthday. At times, it can be some ceremonies that we embark on. It can be Children's Day. It can be Women Ministry Day. It can be Men's Fellowship Day. It can be an entire church program. And some Christian denominations too, within some particular months, they also chose to do some activities. Some celebrate Christmas. Some celebrate Easter. Some, and within cultures as well, some, depending on wherever they are being located, they celebrate a kind of festival relating to their culture or their location. But the unfortunate thing is that, and the fortunate thing is that most people at times become conscious, and after these festivities, they are still healthy. But at times, some individuals also lose focus. Then after that festivities, they become sick, because we know some people after a funeral celebrations, they are being rushed to the hospitals like they had an accident, mass casualty. But you go and it was a funeral, but based on what they eat, what they drink, how they were conducting themselves, the riding and co affected their health, and they've been rushed to the hospital. So we want to create an awareness. We are not imposing, but we want to reason with our viewers and our listeners that as we are getting closer to the end of the year, so many activities will go on, but as it's going on, how can we be on safeguard so that we maintain our health and it will not affect our health? That's today's discussion. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother George, for giving us the overview of festivities and how it can affect our health. What are some of the activities within festive season that can affect our health or promote our health? I know you have mentioned few of them, but how can those and others affect our health or create health promotion? Thank you.
Okay. So we want to take them like a walking tool. Like you walking with a Zimmer frame, someone who is not able to walk. At every festivity or occasion or programs or ceremonies, there will be people who will be cooking for us, and we will have people who will be eating for us. So some people will be cooking for us, some people will be eating for us. Therefore, we want to create an awareness that when you read the Bible in Proverbs chapter 23, verse 1 to 3, Proverbs chapter 23, because our health is really from the creator's perspective. We always want to link from the source, that is from the Christian perspective, the Bible. And that's where we can be able to know the real health rules. He says that when you sit down to eat with a ruler, you did not go for the program. Someone invited you, and that individual has invited you to dine with you, to have a dinner, to have an occasion. And every program, we are waiting for item 13. That one, I don't know why they didn't give it item 7, but they are always saying item 13. But we will research into that. Why 13? Okay, so it says that when you sit down to eat with a ruler, one, consider carefully what is before you. You are on a table, something has been placed before you, and you are coming to dine with. Then he said, consider carefully with whatever has been put before you, and put a knife to your throat. If you are a man given to appetite, then it continues to say that do not desire its delicacies, for they are deceptive food. At times, because I did not pay, someone invited me for the program. Then he gave a rule: serve yourself. Because of that, serve yourself. I indulge in my appetite. I will take a big bowl. Any quantity I want, that's what I fetch into, especially within festivities. And you go and eat. You say, hey, I've been able to eat the food from banku to rice, to rice ball, to bread, to drinks, combination. Then he says that when you are someone who is indulged to appetite or given to appetite, it's like you taking a knife willingly into your throat. So we have some individuals who are killing themselves. They are digging their holes with their fork and knife, and as they put in their mouth, it's like holding your death warrant. So the advice is that you need to be careful with that. Okay, when you read Counsels on Diet, page 110, paragraph 6, we have a book called Counsels on Diet. Individuals who like to read more about diet and co, when you go to Play Store, you can download it, Counsels on Diet, and it will help you, give you counsels. Remember, it's a counsel. When you take it, it will help you, but it is not forcing you, but it's giving you a light. It's a choice. He says that disturbances created by improper combination of food, fermentation set in, then blood is contaminated and the brain becomes confused. We have some individuals whom, because the food is there plenty amidst festivities, they will just be combining improper combination of food. At the end, it will lead to fermentation, and when things ferment within your system, what occurs is that your blood becomes contaminated, then your brain becomes confused. Therefore, as an advice to individuals, Richmond Media viewers and our listeners, concerning what to eat amidst these festivities, you need to be mindful with proper combination, food combination. No wonder in that same book, Counsels on Diet, page 109, paragraph 179 says that knowledge in regards to proper food combination is of great worth and is to be received as wisdom from God. So whenever we want to eat, we need to note the combinations. That's one. Number two, we need not to enter into the food with our appetite, but we need to think of how helpful we can eat. So gluttony shouldn't be entertained amidst festivities because it can cause a damage to your entire system. Gluttony, another name is overeating. So we need to be mindful of it. Another aspect is that as we are about to eat, we will be using spices. Remember, it's a spice, something you are using to spice food. Therefore, you need to be mindful with a particular spices you are using. Then I want to suggest and recommend that it will be best that during these eras, you begin to be including natural spices. My advice to the cooks for us and my advice to those who are going to eat, you need to be careful that anything that you are eating, the things we use to spice those food is called natural spices, but not artificial spices. We need to be very careful about that. Then we need to be mindful of fats related foods. Remember, no wonder when we go to the chewable things, you chew things and we call some meat. Yes, you will be chewing. But I have 3 recommendations from the Bible for you. If amidst every festivity you want to chew something and we call it meat, the first counsel is that Leviticus chapter 3 verse 17. It says that it shall be a perpetual statute that throughout all your generations do not eat fat nor blood. So one recommendation for my viewers and our lovely listeners, that whenever you want to choose something within these festivities and it's called meat or animal related product, the first advice is that do not eat fat nor blood. Another advice concerning the same chewable thing, meat, is that do not eat dead animal. Do not eat dead animal because you do not know how come that animal is dead. So because there is a condition that diseases relating to animals and they are dying, and people also took that opportunity and are killing them, cooking them for you, doesn't mean that you need to be chewing. You need to be mindful of dead animal. That's the second advice. Then the third one is saying that whatever you want to chew should come from a clean animal source. So if whatever you want to chew amidst these festivities is fat and blood, is dead animal, is something that is not clean, then remember that no wonder after research they said that one of the most common cause of diabetes type 2 is fat. The basic line is fat because the fat will affect the inner lining of your blood vessels that we call the endothelium. And when it occurs like that, cholesterol will build up. Then it will lead to a lot of heart diseases and co. That explains why most people after festivities or programs like that, they begin having some episode of their conditions or heart attacks, heart beating, fast heartbeat, that's the palpitations and co. We need to be very careful. We'll be eating things that contains sugar, but I want to encourage our viewers and our listeners that sugar is fertilizer for pathogen. Pathogen means bacteria. Anyone who is taking in refined sugar is like you giving a fertilizer to a causing germs. That's the layman view, a causing germ. And it will lead to bacterial infections, yeast infection, fungal infection, and your blood becomes impure and it will end up affecting your respiratory system. So sugary foods can decrease your immune function for up to 5 hours. Just some quantity of sugary food, refined sugary food that you are taking can affect your immune system by 5 hours. So we need to be mindful of sugary food. So no wonder when you read the counsels on diet, it gives us a clue that whenever you are taking sugar, it clogs the system. So we need to be very careful about how to also take our sweet foods and what kind of sweetness we can suggest something like date, like the fruits, like honey, instead of going for refined foods, because afterwards it can lead to a lot of respiratory condition. And no wonder, like the month December like this is full of some respiratory related condition, like the cold, like the catarrh. Cold is the rich man's own, catarrh is the poor man's name. Yes, and those running nose and others, and most is being triggered by sugar. So you need to be very careful about that also. Then another aspect that I want to talk about is that we will be preparing some vegetable salads that we'll be applying on our food. Yes, it's fine, but I want to again suggest to our viewers that when it comes to the coarse vegetables like the broccoli, the cauliflower, the cabbage, the beetroot, and the carrots and its related family, steam it before you apply it. Steam it, the coarse vegetables, because you see that crunchy thing that is inside those things, like a bony like thing. Whenever the stalks, when you steam it, it's able to come down, and when you are chewing, the nutrient within it is able to reach the inner cells. So we need to be mindful of how to take those things also. Then frying, no matter how the oil is, either good or bad oils we are talking against, we need to be mindful of fryings, deep fryings or too much fryings. So be careful with how you use your oils. Not only festivities, but just that this presentation is being limited to the festive issue. So you need to be very careful. Some people, the stew will be down, the oil will be half of the bowl. Oil mean they are frying their stew, but rather let's boil our stews so that we will not get the heart conditions, the blood related conditions, and it will help us a lot. Another aspect is that some people during these festivities, we will do eating competition and co. Advice is that chilled food should be chilled slowly. Chilled food. So whatever you are doing within this festivity, it can be fun. But as far as you are making fun, add health to it. And as you are adding health to it, one guidelines for chewing foods or foods that are chewable is that chilled food should be chewed thoroughly. What is the reason? So that the saliva in your mouth, and within the saliva is not just the water we are seeing. We have some enzymes, some amylase, some salty like things, and some fluids that will help mix with that chilled food to be able to chew well. And when you are swallowing, the stomach will not be burdened. So that explains why most people, you see some people having some cooking food competition like that, eating competition like that, and some people get choked. They were rushed into some facilities and co. So we need to be mindful. Amidst every activity you want to do, think of your health. And swallowed foods like the banku, your tiozafi, your any swallowed food you can mention about should be well soft so that it will not burden the stomach. So when it comes to the food and its related issues, you eat grains or cereal like the rice and co. Please, it shouldn't be the polished rice. But wherever you find yourself, make sure the rice you are taking is not refined. Because why? According to the Harvard School of Public Health, they made a research, and in 2012, March 16, they realized that people who eat white rice, the polish, on regular basis have significantly increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Therefore, we want to encourage, as you are taking your cereals and those your grains foods, make sure that it's not polished, but it's as coated as we can talk about. So we need to be mindful of that. So when it comes to the diet intake, you add drinks. You see, the weather too is cold in most areas. Make sure you hydrate yourself with proper drinkable thing like water. It should be one of the things you need to be doing regularly. Water should be taken regularly, and it will help you. You see, individuals who are regularly taking soda drinks, you have higher risk of weight gain or obesity, and it will prone you to type 2 diabetes, heart condition, and the others. So you need to be mindful of those drinks, and be careful with whatever drink you want to take, because amidst these festivities, people want to misbehave, and as they want to misbehave, their trigger one is alcohol influence. So be careful with alcoholic beverages, and be careful with sugary beverages, and be careful with soda beverages. But I want to encourage you to be encouraging yourself with water. Prepare your own juices in the house. Have time within festivities so that the drinks cannot affect your health, but rather it can promote your health. Research proved that, you know, the quota that we mentioned about, quota is used to make what we call the benzene. And one of the preservatives, the benzene, is for preservative and color in addition to some artificial sweetness. So we need to be very mindful about whatever we want to drink. Because it serves yourself doesn't mean go and take any drink, combine and drink, and at the end you'll be having diarrhea and gas accumulation in your abdomen. So when it comes to what to eat, what to drink, make sure you don't combine drinks with cooked meal also at the same time, because it can affect your health. So for the food issue, the diet issue, that's what I want to bring on board. Thank you. Before we move on, maybe questions or anything, it can be welcome.
Yes, thank you so much, brother. There are two questions that has been posted by our sister Rebecca. She says, would cane sugar be better place? And the second one is, please, has not brown is brown rice being processed? That I think she's trying to say that is brown rice not being processed in the factory too.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if
So
the white rice is not good,
yeah.
then definitely it's the same process that the white rice goes through as the brown rice. So I think she wants you to differentiate the between brown rice and white rice and how both are being processed. That would then give us the understanding into which one to choose. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. When it comes to sweetness, we encourage the sugar cane as well. Yeah, because some areas they have a lot of sugar cane, and in that case, most people juice it and add it to anything that they want to take. So sugar cane, the banana, the mango, the soursop, the dates, honey, and other natural things around can be added. So sugar cane is inclusive. It's a natural sweetener. Thank you. Then the rice. You know, when you take the rice family or the cereals or the grains, we have varieties of them. As we are encouraging that this shouldn't be refined or eat those that are not refined, same applies to the brown rice. So any grains or any cereals that you are taking, make sure it's not polished, because that fibrous nature must be taken out of it. And when you are cooking it too, during this season, you know, most people want it to be one like pencil. No, cook it to be soft. That explains why most people will finish eating either a rice or any rice issue. Then afterwards, they begin complaining of stomach pains and others. The one is affecting a lot. Now let's go with 2. Let it stick. I'm talking about those who cook rice and want it to be 1. Let it stick, because it's cold weather. Let it stick. And in that case, it will be well digested. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. No, The process in the factory, do you have any idea about it? How
Okay, so it
what
depends.
makes brown rice better than white rice? I think that's the question.
Oh
How
no,
is it processed?
yeah, you see, when you take a product, like if I'm holding orange right now, depending on, we have varieties of orange. Same like when you take rice, we have varieties of rice. Even we have even the white one, we have the broken one, we have the one you can use for mostly for rice ball, because it's already broken. So when the moment you cook it, then you are just kneading, then you prepare your rice. But then when you take even the rice, the brown rice, we have the pure brown rice. Then we have the one that you can also use for only wache. That one they say wache rice. So as you are buying, make sure you know the varieties. And as you begin to know the varieties, when you go into the system, be free with those selling, and they can coach you to know what is best within their table, and it will help you. Okay, I
Brother
think I've
Josh,
been able to. Yeah.
you have, but there is something that is not answered. What the during the processing of rice, the different types of rice, is brown rice not processed the same way as white rice is done? Why? What is being taken out that makes white rice not good for the body that the brown rice has? I think that is where we need to emphasize.
Okay. So in that case, for clarity for our viewer, is that what makes most people, when they are mentioning about white rice, it's because of the polished rice. Same way, we want to clarify that we have some brown rice that if you go on the market and you are not careful, the process of also making it will make the fiber out of it. Therefore, when you get into the system, even the local white rice, we have, when you visit the farmers alone, you have a way of taking that outer coat from it. Some, that process they use make it a refined, like the perfumed or the polished one. So whenever you want to eat something, it's like I think that our viewer is a woman. Yes, it's you women, when you want to get something to wear, when you go, you even stretch it to see either it's not just deceiving. So whenever we go to the market, you realize that we have brown rice, and you need to be careful and have a look at how it is. Else, you might take a brown rice that is even always like the white one that we are talking about. But in all, the key thing is that make sure you are not eating a refined grain. And the second advice is that make sure you boil it well. Make sure you boil it well. That is we have varieties of the rice.
Thank you, brother. It says she continued to ask. She's got so many questions for us today to answer. Please,
Okay.
isn't the baking soda in Coke good for us? So the baking soda that is used in the production of Coca-Cola, she is asking, is that not good for us?
Okay. Thank you. The thing that you are even mentioning is a question mark. My question on it is that we have talked about sugar, and most of the drinks on the market, the ones you did not prepare yourself, research is proving that contains 1, sugar, 2, color, 3, artificial spices, 4, preservative. So if you are talking about just a soda in it, that we want to just say that, oh, I have seen that they mix all with water, so water is also good. The others, we have some product that you can use for therapeutic purpose, and some that you can use for both therapeutic purpose and a dietary purpose. But as we are giving advice here, I will not encourage our dear sister Rebecca to be taking sugar sweetened beverages out there, except you are preparing yourself, or except you know rightly from the source. Why? Because of the ingredient in most of them. I'm not particular to whatever he mentioned, but I am just clarifying most of the product out there. We have sugar to give it the sweetened one, the preservative that will prevent it from not spoiling, the additive. Some people goes ahead to add flavor to it, flavor, and it's not the natural flavor that you can say, oh, I'm adding lemon to something to give it a nice flavor. No, because we are all here when jolly juice came into the system. Someone can say this one is pineapple jolly juice, but it's not the pineapple they use to make that powder. But when you pour water in it, it becomes that juicy. So we want to encourage ourselves that amidst festivities, let's prepare and plan our healthy juices if you want to drink something called juice or drinks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There is another question here that is very important because some people like to chew on ice. You see them going, oh, me, I like ice. I don't see. Anyway, everyone is different. So now I'll pause my comment here. And our sister is asking, what about chewing on ice, please? Is that good? Is it
Okay.
healthy?
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. You know, Sister Rebecca, when it comes to this human system, I think when we enter the dressing, I'll throw deeper light there as well. The body work within a warm temperature. A warm temperature. That's why the council goes when it comes to food eating or liquids drinking, that do not eat too cold food or too hot food. Same applies to drinks. Do not drink too cold drink or too hot drink. Why? Because, for example, let me take ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Yes, you see some people use custard, some people milk, egg, sugar. But the point is, combination of this will destroy the inner lining of your blood vessels. Then when that inner lining is being disturbed, what happens? There will be fatty deposit building up. Then you are prone to cholesterol related issues. So least you begin to gain fat. Now you can prepare your own drink or your own ice cream or the ice is mentioned. When you begin chewing, what happens? Then the complaints of tooth issue. That's the first one. Headache continues. So individuals who are engaging themselves to ice cubes or chewing of ice. Oh, I want block. That's what they will say, block. I want block. You'll be blocking your system, and at the end, your system needs to now reconvert that cold thing you have consumed into a warm state. And when it happens like that, you are just giving more work to your system. And at the end, it can affect free circulation. That's why when an individual takes it, immediately some begins to have headaches because the blood circulation decreases and the brain that needs a lot of it also suffers, and you have a condition, that headache. So most people taking ice either in that raw block or they add sugar to it, so it become ice cream that they will be chewing. Be careful with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was about to ask you how can sugar be added to the ice, and now you have explained yourself. The outcome is ice cream. Our sister is so happy and said, "Okay, now I understand what you are saying." Thank you, sir and madam. Thank you so much, Sister Rebecca. You've really contributed a lot to this platform today, and we really appreciate you. If you have more comments, just drop it down and we will answer it within our capacity. If any other person that is watching us has any comment, any suggestion, please don't forget, feel free, just drop it down and we will do our best to answer it. Our brother, may you continue from where you were if you still have to answer those
Okay,
questions.
so the other thing that we want to go in is that After eating and drinking, there will be relaxation and recreational activities that goes on. It promotes our health because throughout the long day's work, the stressful work, and other things, you deciding to take a family out, because after every program you need to relax somewhere, or you need to have a relaxation or a recreational, like a tourist site to be visiting and co. It promotes our health. So we have some individuals, some husbands, some parents, some family, they are always at their place, that's all. Even their 1 year, even their anniversary, anything, they are always there. Their singing room, they are always there. Not because of anything, but do not make sure at times, not just a huge place or something, just walking to close nature area is within your pocket. It's cool, so that you know that, oh, you are doing some recreational issue or relaxation therapies, because whenever you are doing that, you have quenched all other works and you want to be close to nature. Some people will go and swim and things. As you are there, you are seeing how the river is, or how the water is. The calmness and co helps with the brain. That explains why most of the brain or the mental condition therapies, we have recreational therapy as part of it, and we have rest or relaxation therapy as also part of it. So we need to be engaging ourselves in it, and as you are doing it, it's a good thing which will help your brain and co. Be mindful of it. Be mindful of it. When we read the sexual habits, it will come in. Be mindful. Some people relaxing recreational therapies, your husband is in the house, your wife is in the house, but the one you are using the therapy on out there is different thing. So it's good to relax. It's good to visit some places just to help boost your brain and also help you from those stressful activities. So it's also important. Dressing. I don't know if you want to say something.
And I think it looks like our sister has given us some £20 super sticker. Thank you so much, Sister Rebecca, for your contribution to this platform. You may continue, brother.
Okay.
Church.
When God created this human system, initially we were naked, but after sin, he clothed us. It means currently your nakedness is important to, if you are married, your husband or wife. That's all. Currently, your nakedness is to them. But God, in his own wisdom, I always, when studying health and preparing on health, that's why I really understand God the more. He knew that he wants to give us blood, and blood is life. So within our extremities, like our hand, like our lower limbs, our legs, or our foot, we have a larger vessels. Vessels mean that where blood flows. And that's why whenever you want to talk about blood circulation, you said blood from the downside, the lower side, the legs, or the upper side will now come to the heart for that circulation to goes on. Now, when the weather is hot, God has designed some sensors within the brain that will signal that the weather is hot. Then it will also do its work for you to sweat so that it will cool the system. Very fantastic. When the weather is cold, we need to cover all the extremities, so that still we will maintain that warm nature. And whenever we are maintaining the warm nature, blood begins to be also flowing perfectly. But anytime that we expose the extremities, the caution is the extremities become chilled. Then a signal sends to the brain that there's chilled here. Now you realize that few minutes, your feet numbness, your fingers numbness, mean that blood circulation is stopping gradually. Then, as the way God has designed this human system to fight and help you, it gives you that shivering. So you begin to be shivering. Why? You have caused it. And when that happens, it means that circulation is delaying. And when blood flow, that's what we are saying, circulation is delaying, then you begin to have fast heartbeat. That explains why during hot, cold weather, individuals who expose themselves, we call it the heart and the lungs. The lungs begins to be also in series. So those having asthma and co. Then as the blood is not flowing well, the sickle cell people begins to be having joint pains and co. It means you are causing it. You are triggering it. Then breathing becomes impaired because the heart, the lungs is congested. So the lungs is finding difficult to breathe. And individuals with asthma will be having the wheezy sound, like breathing, but there's sound. Then you'll be know that the lungs is suffering, so you'll be having runny nose. Then little thing, your eyes become red, you become pale or dehydrated, then sickness, fever, and cold. So that explains why during this season, most people suffer a lot of runny nose, fever, like very body weakness and cold. So we advise that as you are dressing, make sure you cover yourself well. Your children, the aged, and you, the energetic people, so that you do anything. I'm saying if it's for fashion, that's one. But if you are linking health, because we are talking about health issues, then you need to make sure that you cover every part so that it can promote your health. Be mindful about whatever you are applying as a lipstick, because now the mouth becomes dry, very dry, and crackles can occur at different temperatures and different places. Note whatever you are applying. So be mindful about your dressing, because we have studied it within our previous lesson, and follow the guidelines so that our dressings will not affect our health amidst every festivities. That's about dressing.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, you may continue on from dressing
Emotionally,
go to the one of the
yeah.
important topics.
Okay, emotionally, you'll be visiting your family, your people that you have not been able to meet, but you are taking less like 2 days a day to visit them. Amidst every festivity, you see old friends, old family members, and it helps create the bond within. Yes, it's good. When you go to some people, their things also affect other individuals emotionally. I want to give that advice. Be mindful. You have seen that individual marrying for years, and your part is to go and visit. Don't go and ask, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Is something there? Is some Hey, it might be her or the family's problem praying for childbirth, and your part is just to go and visit for the happiness to go and go back. If you go and the belly is not full, keep quiet. It's not a question you need to ask.
Hold on for me, brother George.
Okay.
You know, sometimes we have to also understand from the other point of view. The reason why I'm saying this is because, fine, maybe it's your friend, and you know that this friend might be taking contraceptives. And you know that they need to have a child because after marriage, that is one of the other things that people are looking forward to it. So your friend is not stopping using that. You know, some people are very close, so they share ideas together. So you know that this person might be using contraception, and you don't know that if the person has stopped or not. So, in order for you to maybe advise, you first have to find out about the status first before you can advise. So, therefore, this will allow you to ask, oh, is there any sign? And if the person says there is no sign, then that will give the other person the opportunity to share the advice that if that is the case, maybe the person doesn't know that he has or she has to stop using it, or he, sometimes it's he. There are other forms of it that you can use. So you can chip in, oh, this is the time that I think you have to stop because this is the time that you are looking forward to the fruit of the womb. And sometimes some of them, if you stop it, it takes longer for you to gain your fertility back. So I don't think sometimes it sounds a bit curious, but sometimes it's for the purpose of doing good. Sometimes too, it's just curiosity that will kill the cat. You may continue from here. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to say that whenever you are going for that home visit for the emotional support, be mindful of your questionnaires you are carrying home. Not that you go and meet your someone that, hey, you two, you have stayed here, no one is marrying you. And meanwhile, the person to every day he's praying for marriage. He's praying for, and as you gather, you will not even call. As you are saying, like one on one, hey, now is someone there and why you amidst everybody then, hey, now that I know someone is on the list. Meanwhile, no one is even on the list. But we want to create an awareness that we have some individual that you have strong bond with, and they share issues with you, and it gives you a room to be able to psych an individual. Some don't will not take any offense, but we have another particular group of people based on their body constitution is one of their problems. And as you go and you are asking anywhere, they are also taking it. You are not having any different mind, but they just married, they are not giving birth. Be careful with your questionnaires that you are asking, so that it can
Brother George,
promote their health. If yes, madam.
hold on for me. You made mention of maybe someone going to ask if someone is not married or something.
Yes,
What people have to understand is it's not everyone that was created to get married.
sure.
So, if someone is not married, or it's not everyone that even wants to go through the stress of marriage. So, if you as an individual, you are able, you being able to go through that, fair to you. If you come to me, Hannah Bimah, and I'm not married, and don't come and ask me, no one is coming. Provided there are women going around the same way men are also passing by. So don't come and ask me if no one is coming. Why am I not a human being? Do I not I look good to the eyes of the one that I am attracted to? But if no, that not to say that no one is coming. No, but don't be asking me when are you getting married, because I have a different motive. And marriage is not compulsory to everyone. From our background, people think once you are a woman of a certain age, you are supposed to be getting married. If you have that idea, I'm telling you today that is wrong. Don't come and ask anyone who is not getting married to say that, are you not getting married? Marriage is not compulsory, it's not forced. So if you've got yours, good for you. We thank God for that. Let us be those of us who haven't been, because you don't know my point. There is a question that I want to add to what you are saying. Sister Rebecca, today she's really, really doing well. We thank God for that. She says, please, what about when the tummy of a lady bulges from fibroid? And then you go and ask, are you pregnant? That is to you,
Yes.
Brother George.
Okay. So we want to give caution that not everyone takes whatever you are asking slightly. So whenever you are visiting an individual's amidst festivities or long time friendship and co, at times be careful about what you ask at what time, because it might be that individual major problem, and don't go and worsen it. So we need to be careful as you are going. Share your happiness and nothing else. It's not your business. That's fine. Sexual habits. Whenever it happens to these seasons or festivities, as we are talking now, some people are budgeting on others. They are still setting their venue, their hotel rooms and co. Whilst your husbands are in the house, whilst your wives are in the house. So be careful that anything that you are doing contrary to whatever God has instructed us can affect your health spiritually, physical, social, emotionally. So save that money, because you have not just used it. You save it and change your plans. Send it to home for the family to enjoy, rather than booking someone to go and have your sex. Anywhere you go, you want to open your zip amidst festivities. So be careful. Some individuals will say, yes, this one is my chance because the person I've booked, I'm going to take contraceptives to counter pregnancy. Yes. But remember, you have contraceptives, even the ones that individuals are using for therapeutic purpose. You are supposed to take it like twice a year. That's for a therapeutic purpose. But don't be taking it like your water. It will affect you. So be careful with that. And also, sexually transmitted infections await you. People think now HIV and co are not in the system. It's still there, plenty. They are there. Just that now they know a lot of supplements and co, so they are fine and obese, but they are having the HIV. Not like first that you see them to be slimmer and slimmest. So we need to be very careful about it. So for your sexual habits, stick to your wife or husband. That's all. Aside that, be careful with the sexual life within this festivity before you contract a condition. Then stress management. Be able to manage your stress, because you'll be going from a place to a place. But amidst all, remember that you will not do anything to go against your health. You have time. Then when your rest time or your sleep time, you go and sleep. Then you continue another schedule. So let's schedule our activities amidst every festivity so that the weakness will not break us down. So for today, these are some of the things I wanted to highlight, so that as we are entering into some festive issues, you note and make sure that your economic status, your pocket, work within your pocket. Not that because someone is wearing new dress, you are also going to wear. Not that because someone is wearing new shoe, you also want to have a new shoe. Not that someone is traveling somewhere, you also want to travel. But think of your pocket and know that you are different from the others, and make sure you live within your goals, not someone's goals, and it will help us both dietary and other aspects, and for it to promote our better health, but not for it to affect the health we are maintaining. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother George, for taking us through today, through festivities, how it affects our health. Today, it was very great. We've answered so many questions from our dear sister, Rebecca. Sister Rebecca, don't forget to be with us every Sunday, and the program will be very, very enjoyable to us and everyone watching us, wherever the person is watching us this afternoon. Thank you to our own brother, Brother George Ackon, for your support and everything, the love that you have for Richmond Media. We do appreciate you so much, brother. And to everyone to Richmond Media Boss, we say thank you for supporting us this afternoon for this program to be possible and visible to everyone. My name is Hanna Bimah. The same time again next week at 3 p.m. Ghana UK time, and you can convert it to wherever you are. It is health issues. But let me tell you something. Don't go, don't leave. Just turn around and come back to Richmond Media, and you will meet me there for life experience from the beginning. And there is a lot to discuss this afternoon. Until the same time again next week and every Sunday. It is bye-bye for now. Thank you.
Saswa